Akin Oshuntoko has previously served as Director General, News Agency of Nigeria, political advisor to former President Olusegun Obasanjo, and Director Dulue, NTA News.
And the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, and former Vice President of Nigeria, Atiku Abubakar, has constituted an independent grassroots campaign council for Atiku Okowa 2023 presidential campaign. The statement signed by the presidential candidate appointed Ambassador Fatima Mohammed Goni from Borno State as chairperson of the council, Helen Efium, a legal practitioner from Cross River State, as deputy national chairman, while Jamila Muhammad Kashim from Kogi State serves as secretary. Atiku Abubakar enjoins the council members to deploy their nationwide socio-political networks and influence towards ensuring the victory of the PDP in the forthcoming presidential election. Tinubu Shettima Network, a political support group, has activated plans to boost the support of the APC presidential candidate and demonstrate commitment towards electoral victory come February 2023. Abuja played host to members of the group from across the country for strategic engagement. Salihu Gwanara reports.
The dynamics in the political landscape have necessitated the change in the identity of this group, formerly known as Buhari Votes Guards, to Tinubu Shettima Network. The name change has also come with a recalibration. The national chairman, Kailani Mohammed, shared these with the members, particularly grassroots coordinators.
This is not about playing politics of convenience. It is about playing politics of principles and what is suitable for a plural country to succeed. Asiwaju Bola Tinubu's aspiration is appealing. He is well grounded to lead the country. He has built a network of friends across the country.
The Tinubu Shettima campaign headquarters is now the network's operational base.
The support groups are salesmen and women. What will they do? They will arm Nigerians with necessary information about the candidates. And that is what we are trying to do here.
And not just from the rallies, but also from what I've seen today. The entire Abuja is here to ensure that we deliver a principal Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
With this structure as the group's national secretariat in Abuja, members say it offers a physical launch paid towards realizing the Tinubu Shettima presidency. In Abuja, Saliu Gwanara, NTA News.
While the All Progressives Congress APC says it has made adequate arrangements to regain control of Bauchi State come 2023, National Chairman of the party, Senator Abdullahi Adamu, gave the assurance at the flag-off of the state APC governorship campaign held in Bauchi. Bature Balah completes the report.
Senator Abdullahi Adamu noted the numerous achievements recorded by APC-led administration at the national level, to include infrastructural development, oil discovery in Bauchi and Gombe states, as well as anti-corruption drive. The chairman, who spoke on the sterling qualities of APC gubernatorial candidate Sadiq Baba Abubakar, charged people of Bauchi state to elect him and other APC candidates during the forthcoming general election. Bauchi State APC gubernatorial candidate Sadiq Baba Abubakar promised to revive health, education and agricultural sector of the state if elected as governor in the state come 2023. In Bauchi, Batura Bala, NTA News.
The Governorship Election Petition Tribunal sitting in Ado-Ekiti has dismissed the petition filed by the candidate of the Social Democratic Party SDP, Segun Oni, against the election of Governor Biodun Oyebanji as winner of the June 16 governorship election in Ekiti State. The tribunal, chaired by Justice Wilfred Pochi, ruled that the petition lacked merit and the petitioner failed to prove his petition beyond reasonable doubt. Adugweji Ojoba has details.
The Social Democratic Party candidate Segun Oni, through his counsel Obafemi Adewale SAN, averred that the June 18, 2022 governorship election violated the provisions of the Electoral Act 2022 and the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as amended, with alleged cases of widespread vote buying and muzzling of opposition figures which affected the outcome of the election. The SDP candidate sought the relief of the tribunal for outright nullification of the election and ordering of a rerun. The three-man tribunal headed by Justice Wilfred Ochi observed that the ground by the petitioner that the governor of Yobe State, Mai Mala Buni, who conducted the APC primary, was an illegal occupant of the seat, and that all actions taken while superintending over the party was illegal, null and void. The tribunal held that it is not within its jurisdiction to entertain a pre-election matter. On these grounds, the tribunal dismissed the petition for lacking in merit.
We've all learned, I think, it's a judgment that I think will be referred to constantly in the years to come.
That is how the lower courts have seen the case, and that I believe the Court of Appeal will see it differently.
Governor Biodun Oyebanji was declared the winner of the June 18 poll by the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC). From Ado Ekiti, Adugbeji Ojegba, NTA News.
Now time to go over to Hingino John Adams in Lagos for more reports on network news. Hingino.
Thank you, Cyril. The federal government says it will not fold its arms and watch public infrastructure destroyed by some unpatriotic citizens. Minister of Works and Housing, Babatunde Fashola, stated this during an inspection tour of some ongoing road projects along Old Toll Gate through Liverpool in Apapa, Lagos. Abolade Salami reports.
The decision reached by Knowledge Exchange Center to be involved in what today is causing both governments and organizations serious concern is born out of the zeal to contribute their quota to a reduction in unemployment rate in the country. Apart from the gap training session, which essentially is an entrepreneurship boot camp designed to equip trainees with employability skills, and the advocacy program centered on addressing the missing link in subjects taught in schools and expectation of the job market. Knowledge Exchange Center also provides participants with basic information on job requirements.
We want to plan a national workshop on employability to bring together all the stakeholders, the employers of labor, so that we can facilitate a conversation between each of these stakeholders with a view to updating the curriculum and the skill sets and even the methodology, the teaching methodology that our students are exposed to in the university, so that they can be more relevant to today's requirements of the job market.
Identified as a meeting point where fresh graduates discover their potential and realize dream goals, Knowledge Exchange Center has produced a number of employable graduates and job creators.
We've trained over 3,000 graduates passed through our system, and the interesting thing is that all of those graduates have either gone ahead to start their own enterprises or secured gainful employment in corporations. So we have statistical validation for our program. It works.
Participants who had undertaken a series of trainings and capacity building sessions expressed their feelings.
Able to build upon my leadership skill, my collaboration skill, my communication skill as well.
I have been able to gain some skills that I hope to put into use in future.
With this training, the sixth since it was established, Management of Knowledge Exchange Center says the center is planning to launch a project in first quarter of 2023 known as Second Chance, targeted at ex-convicts to train them on how best to be resourceful and relevant to the society. In Lagos, Abolade Salami, NTA News.
We apologize for the mix-up in that report. Moving on, promoting and catering for the health needs of the citizenry through the use of safe natural medicine has been described as a way of supporting the health sector. Lynn Meneke reports that this was emphasized by key players in the natural medicine subsector.
Natural medicine has been in existence for centuries in different parts of the world. In fact, it was the only means of treatment before the advent of orthodox medicine, especially among Africans and Asians. With time, orthodox medicine became more acceptable. Now, the use of natural medicine, also known as herbs in the right proportion, is gaining more attention.
There should be more advocacy. Part of the bitter leaf we are talking of today now. It's been important. I saw it the other day, bitter leaf. Come on, which we are not taking it. So the importance of that bitter leaf cannot be overemphasized.
I prefer agbo than tablets or any kind of even injection. I don't like it.
Samuel Etatuve is a natural medicine practitioner. He says from the country's abundant plants, many effective herbal medicines have been made.
We've been able to develop 4 products for elimination of malaria. The first one we call Amaro CCT, having the capacity to reduce the parasitemia, the quantity of the malaria parasite in the bloodstream.
Since the usage of herbs will most likely continue, it's been suggested that collaboration between medical researchers and traditional medicine practitioners needs to be strengthened.
What we need to do at this point is to identify those products and develop them into easily accessible products compared to, just as the pharmaceuticals are easily accessible to people.
This move will go a long way in determining correct active agents in herbal mixtures, safe and appropriate dosage, including controlled and regulated use. In Lagos, Lynn Meneke, NTA News.
You're still watching the news on the network service of the NTA. Do not forget to follow this news broadcast live on our website at nta.ng/live and on our other social media handles displayed on your screen for updates. Let's take some messages. The news continues shortly.
His Royal Highness Alhaji W. Momodu II, JPCON, the Ojira of Ira, in collaboration with Amana Legacy Foundation, cordially invites the Muslim Ummah to the grand commissioning of the new ultra-modern Ira Central Mosque under the distinguished chairmanship of His Royal Highness Alhaji Barrister Abdurazak Isesele Ojefo III, the Onogie of Ewu Kingdom. Theme, and verily the places of worship are for Allah. Quran 72 verse 18. The venue is at the Palace of the Ojira of Ira and is happening on the 30th of December 2022. The time is 9 a.m. prompt. The Royal Father of the Day is His Royal Highness Alhaji W. Momodu II, JPCON, the Ojira of Ira, and the Okai Jisan Officer Land. Special guest of honor, His Royal Highness Alhaji Aliru Momo Ikelebe III, the Otai of Auchi Sacred Kingdom, and the Chairman Board of Trustee, Quranic Musabaka Committee. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala.
The National Pension Commission PENCOM is pleased to inform the general public that the 3rd edition of pension enhancement under the Contributory Pension Scheme CPS has been approved. The exercise is for existing retirees under program withdrawal who have accumulated significant growth in their retirement savings accounts RSAs. The effective commencement date of the enhancement is February 2023. All relevant retirees are by this notice advised to contact their respective pension fund administrators to complete their required documentation. PENCOM assures all stakeholders of its commitment to the effective regulation, supervision, and administration of pension matters in Nigeria. Management Announcer.
Oh my god, that's bad flex. But buying Glow weekly data from 200 naira for 350 megabytes valid for 2 days. It's good flex.
Buy 500 naira for 2 gigabytes for 2 days, 1000 naira for 3.9 gigabytes for 30 days, 300 naira for 1 gigabyte for 1 day. Dial star 777 hash.
Unlimited.
My people, my name is Emeka. Meku scammers. Let me get all this people. I don't learn my lesson. Somebody come buy motor for my hand, carry big money, come give me. Now when the day bust, then my eye open. I know see that 419 be. Now when EFCC grab them, now they come grab me too. Now he make me they warn you. All of them when they do business like me, when they carry big money, when I go sometimes I go carry transfer, carry bring back. They could shine in my eye because the special control unit against money laundering when they call SCUMO, they don't want to say if the money pass 5 million naira for individual, no collect them. If it pass 10 million naira for company, no collect them. Can I go where? Bank. If you don't do them like that, 250,000 naira for every day where this offense happen. Or they go suspend your license, or they go shut them down, pata for your hand. You talk say, I know 1 year.
This message is from the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC.
What a time to be alive! To look back over the beauty of the year, or to find comfort in triumphs, in laughter, in joy. What a time to bask in stories of pride, reward, and bated breath. We are most grateful. The best of season stories to you. Only on Netflix.
On behalf of the government and people of Imo State, I, Senator Hope Uzodimma, the Executive Governor of Imo State, sorrowfully announce the passage of a great son of Imo State and Nigeria, the President General of Ohanese Ndigbo worldwide, Professor George Obiozor, a renowned academic and exceptional diplomat and statesman and a tenacious patriot. Professor George Obiozor passed on recently after a brief illness. The death of this foremost Igbo leader and former Nigeria's ambassador to the United States and the State of Israel is a big loss to Imo State, the Southeast, and the entire Nigeria. I have no doubt that both Nigeria and the international community will miss his profound intellectual contributions and wise counsel on national and global issues. His burial arrangements will be announced in due course by the family. May his great and gentle soul rest in peace. Senator Hope Uzodimma, Governor of Imo State.
We're back in Abuja now. President Muhammadu Buhari felicitates with elder statesman Dr. Christopher Kolade on his 90th birthday, rejoicing with the academic, broadcaster and diplomat for his influence in every area of service to the nation through upholding the truth. The president notes the renowned leader's courage and inspiration in both the private and public sectors, choosing a career path that brings dignity and honor as a teacher, and by providence rising to the top of the corporate ladder before taking up the position of High Commissioner to the United Kingdom. President Buhari believes Dr. Kolade's fear of God, love for knowledge and respect for people shaped his life of service to humanity, simplicity, integrity, and principled commitment to improving the lot of others. The President prays that Almighty God will continue to strengthen the elder statesman in good health and keep his family. A High Court of the Federal Capital Territory sitting in Abuja has barred the Department of State Services, DSS, from inviting, arresting, detaining, or charging the governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Godwin Emefiele, with terrorism, financing, and economic crime. The presiding judge, Justice Mariam Hassan, gave the order in Abuja this Thursday. The interim order was issued in a suit filed by the Forum for Accountability and Good Leadership to enforce the fundamental human rights of the CBN governor. The ruling of the High Court of the FCT is in agreement with an earlier ruling by the Federal High Court on the same matter. Now to Benny Adams with business. Benny?
Thank you and welcome to Business. We start by telling you that the Small and Medium Scale Enterprises Development Agency of Nigeria, SMEDEN, says moving into the new year, the agency's doors are wide open to providing capacity and business development support services to all businesses.
60% of business startups in Nigeria die within the first 3 years because people start those businesses by perception. People assume that my neighbor has a poultry, my neighbor has a bakery, and then they go into that business without bothering to know how is it sustaining the business.
And taking a look at the market, it seems Santo rally continues as equities market crossed 50,000 benchmark performance. A total of 297.9 shares in 4,480 deals, corresponding to a market value of 5.437 billion naira, were traded. Compared with previous trading day Wednesday, today's data shows 40% decline in volume, 40% improvement in turnover, and 12% improvement in deals. The current market capitalization is 27.4 trillion naira. FBN Holdings recorded the highest volume of 78.9 million traded shares, followed by Guarantee Trust Holding 38.5 million and Zenith Bank 19.6 million. Well, that is business news. Network news continues with Nana Aisha in Sokoto. Nana, take it from here. Nana, take it.
Thank you for joining us. 755 police constables from Sokoto, Kebbi, and Zamfara states have been graduated from the police training school in Sokoto. This is to enhance security in the country. Dalhatu Abdullahi reports.
The 755 new constables were drawn from Sokoto, Kebbi, and Zamfara state. The essence of the recruitment is to assist in the forthcoming 2023 general elections. The Assistant Inspector General of Police in charge of Zanten, Bello Sani Galigan, described the gesture as part of the federal government commitment toward ensuring security in the society.
Discipline is the bedrock of police organization. They should be civil, polite to members of the public. When they want in doing their job, they should ensure that justice is done.
Some of the new constables said their dreams to contribute toward their country's security has been fulfilled. In Sokoto, Dalhatu Abdullahi, NTA News.
The Zonal Pest Control Office in Sokoto has flagged off the 2022 transboundary spray operation to improve food production. The exercise was flagged off at a brief ceremony at the Sultan Abubakar III International Airport, Sokoto. Again, Dalhatu Abdullahi reports.
Flagging off the exercise, the Minister of Agriculture and Rural Development, Dr. Muhammad Mahmoud Abubakar, represented by Zonal Pest Control Officer in charge of Sokoto, Kebbi, and Zamfara states, Hadiza Bello, said the operation has become necessary due to series of complaints by farmers on quilla beds that caused havoc to their grown food crops, which ravaged their dreams of bumper harvest.
We found many birds in the permanent hosting sites. We've taken the coordinates and we want to give the coordinates to the pilot for the use.
On their part, the Sokoto State Commissioner for Agriculture, Professor Amina Abubakar Ilela, represented by Director Produce and Plant Protection of the Ministry, commended the effort of the federal government for coming to their aid.
So here and government will take the measures to control this clear so that they will use farm products.
People living nearby areas have been advised not to eat birds killed during the spray. In Sokoto, Dalhatu Abdullahi, NTA News.
That's our news package. The news continues with Cyril in Abuja. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Nana. The great Pele of Brazil has died. He was aged 82. Born Edson Arantes do Nascimento, Pele was regarded this many as the greatest player in the history of football. With an indelible legacy in his 21 years career, Pele won his first World Cup at the age of 17 in 1958. He also became one of the players to win the World Cup back-to-back in 1958, 62, and later on in 1970. The former Brazilian sports minister played the majority of his club career at Santos, where he scored 643 goals in 659 matches over an 18-year period. He also represented the New York Cosmos between 1975 and 1977. A legend goes home. And President Muhammad Buhari says is deeply saddened by the passing of President General of Ohanaeze Ndigbo worldwide, Professor George Obiozor. Describing his demise as an immeasurable loss to the country, the president notes that the former ambassador of Nigeria to the United States, High Commissioner to the Republic of Cyprus, ambassador to the State of Israel, and former Director General, Nigerian Institute of International Affairs, exemplified leadership skills and values as a thoroughbred diplomat. President Buhari extends heartfelt condolences to the family of the late statesman, the government and people of Imo State, as well as Ndigbo at home and in the diaspora. President Buhari trusts that all who mourn the demise of the elder statesman, who commanded great respect among his peers in the academia and foreign policy arena, will honor his memory by actively embracing his beliefs and ideas geared towards uniting Nigeria beyond geopolitical considerations. Historians have once again put in the right perspective the history of Katsina Emirate. This was at a two-day conference to usher in the turbaning of the Sardaunan Katsina. Abdullahi Muhammad reports.
It was a crossbreed of the intelligent, royalty, and the academia. The man in the eye of the storm, shouldered by an array of professors.
Scholarship is part of culture. It drives culture. And it is good that we are coming back to this notion that scholarship is critical to society.
Shedding light to the dim in the history and origin of traditional titles of Katsina Emirate, its role in the spread of Islam through the trans-Saharan trade was top on the agenda of historians taking turns.
This was the first time the history of Katsina was approached from this particular perspective that attempts to give agency, to recognize the agency and historical dignity of the Katsina as makers of their own history.
This is all in honor of the Sardaunan Katsina, who chose to mark his turbaning in a unique manner.
In the northern part of Nigeria, whenever there is turbaning, the intellectual aspect of the culture of the people, which is as old as the culture itself, is usually neglected. But the new Sardauna has now embedded it into the tradition.
And to some of those who saw him grow up the ladder in his career, doing things differently has been one of his great qualities.
He was very, very dynamic, very patriotic.
This conference, which is expected to go on for 2 days, will usher in a colorful turbaning ceremony. In Katsina, Abdullahi Muhammad, continuing.
The federal government says it will not fold its arms and watch public infrastructure destroyed by some unpatriotic citizens. Minister of Works and Housing Babatunde Fashola stated this during an inspection tour of some ongoing road projects along Old Tollgate through Liverpool in Apapa, Lagos. Abaladi Salami reports.
After taking proper briefing from the Lagos State Federal Control of Works on the progress of work along the Old Tollgate corridor, Old Ogudu Bridge, through Alapere, all the way down to Bagada, which marks the end of Section 4, the Director of Federal Highways Southwest, Adida Malakuti, told the Minister that where major work lies is Section 2 along Select Bus Stop. The engineers were cited building concrete pavements coupled with the overhead bridge construction being carried out by the Lagos State government to ease traffic along the axis.
I'm going to let you continue. So this road is not attacking.
At the first port of call in Ladipo along Mile 2 Apapa Road, the minister expressed displeasure at the damage done to the road by business owners who carry out repair works on the newly rehabilitated carriageway.
I am of course displeased the way some people have turned a highway into a marketplace, a mechanic workshop, vulcanizing sites, all sorts of very unacceptable and clearly unlawful behavior in the name of doing business.
On the long stretch of road from Second Rainbow to Liverpool in Apapa, engineers were seen laying iron rods and applying concrete stone on some mapped out lanes. The Minister of Works and Housing says the huge investment on infrastructure projects by the present administration is as a result of commitment to attract both domestic and foreign investments.
The Apapa-Orishoki Expressway is a major infrastructure asset for import and export business because it connects to the largest and the busiest seaport in the country.
That concludes Network News tonight. Thank you for watching. I'm Cyril Stober. Good night.